So I think it's been far too long since we've talked about Mercedes doing beauty product shopping, but there's been quite a bit of that going on. So we're just gonna do a good old-fashioned beauty haul today. I actually just did a live get ready with me for Patreon. I'm wearing Lisa Eldridge Skyscraper Rose, and I've decided that I think the Insanely Saturated lip color is definitely easier to work with than the velvet, the true velvet or whatever. Okay, lots to get through. I am gonna end too, I think, with a little bit of beauty PR because it's relevant, and one of the things is like half things I bought and half PR. So I know that it's an open question whether people want to see beauty PR or not, but I'm going to show some, but at the end. As far as a few announcements before we get into all the things I bought, you can support the production of my work both in video and my podcast that launched a couple months ago called Your Purpose is Beauty by going to patreon.com/LAMOUR. There are different tiers of support, and with that comes lots of bonus content if you're interested. But any way that you would like to support, whether it's liking this video, telling a friend about the podcast, rating and reviewing the podcast, whatever you want to do, I'm super appreciative of. If there's anything else relevant, I'll just mention it as it comes up in video, so let's get started. First thing is a repurchase from Osmia. This is actually for baby LAMOUR, but I thought you guys would be interested. Sorry, I'm making a big mess. Well, it's very well packaged. I needed to replace our Osmia Naked Body Mousse. You can see this has been through some stuff. Fell on the ground, swatted off by the baby, and thankfully the glass didn't shatter, just this. So we used up a whole jar. I figured I would pick up one more to get us through the rest of winter. I talked about this more extensively in the body care video I did as the February patron exclusive. I think that this is such a fantastic product for sensitive baby skin. It's very, very beautiful. It's very healing, and yeah, just wonderful if you live in a cold weather climate and your baby has, I don't know if that's normal. I feel like the other one I had didn't quite look like this. Above and beyond any sort of body oil you might want to put on a baby, I think that this is just wonderful. So definitely a wintertime product. I don't foresee us needing it in the spring and summer, but I got us one more jar to get us through the rest of the cold weather here in Chicago. They also threw in a couple of soap samples, so Citrus Pearl and the Oh So Detox soap. I will definitely throw these into my shower and use them up because I think Osmia does stunning soaps. I mentioned in the review I did of the March Beauty Heroes box featuring Free and True that I had placed a Beauty Heroes order. So why don't I go ahead and tell you what I got. If you saw that video, you would know that I picked up the Free and True Moonlight Milk PM Balm Cleanser. I went on to, I didn't show it, but I used it and talked about it briefly in an IGTV video I did last week, updating you on my Consawant project. I did a demo on day 14 and just kind of talked about how the project is going. So that's on Instagram if you want to go see it. And I also reposted it on Patreon for people that are not on Instagram. See, there's like updates that are coming up as I go through this video. So I'm really liking this. I talked about it much more extensively in the Beauty Heroes Free and True box review. So I got that. I also needed a re-up of my Ionis Spirulite. You know I cannot be without this. Again, talked about it a lot in the body care video that I'm referencing that's on Patreon. Top product for me. I will always repurchase this. They are discs of loofah embedded soap, and I will repurchase it for time eternal. A couple samples of the Ranavat cream cleanser. These are really, really nice for travel, so I'll hold on to them for that. And then I just got a repurchase of the David's toothpaste. I'm not persuaded, honestly, by the new versions of this toothpaste that David's is coming out with. There's a charcoal version, a new spearmint version. I just get the original peppermint, and then there's an herbal citrus version that just came out. So I think there's now 4 different kinds of David's toothpaste, but I just keep it original with the peppermint. I love this toothpaste. I've been using it for years. I don't see a need to switch to anything else. My only gripe would be the packaging is, I don't know. Like I'm just nitpicky about it because it can sometimes be hard to control the flow of toothpaste, and the cap and the top can get a little gunky. But some of that depends on how you roll, use like the rolling mechanism, and I don't know. It's like a whole thing that's not really worth getting into here because it's very boring. Okay, I could tell you about this, which is an in-process thing. So this is not 100% done. I have a couple more things to buy. So I've had some Weiss things that need to be emptied and cleaned and, you know, restocked with something else, because why else do you invest in this packaging? So this was an old Radiance highlighter. Definitely has gone bad. This is the lipstick in Honor. Also went bad very quickly, unfortunately. And then this, I don't even want to open it because I think it's all crumbly and I need to clean it. Yeah. So this was the eyeshadow in Wisdom. Now you might wonder why I want to go ahead and repurchase when the products seem to have some preservation issues. I don't know. I've heard that the lipsticks have gotten better and that there was just some batch issues around the time that I got Honor. I selected something to refill this that I feel like I'll get more use out of, and the eyeshadow crumbled, but I don't know, I'm just gonna try again. So here's the thing, I had a bad shopping experience with Weiss online. I placed the order for the stuff, the refills that I wanted to get on Valentine's Day. It was like my little Valentine's Day gift to myself, and no beauty brands were doing anything exciting for Valentine's Day. I don't know why. I guess I think everyone loves Valentine's Day as much as I do, and clearly they don't. So nothing was really happening, so I just decided to place a Weiss order because I have had this idea that I want to film a video where I show you me cleaning these out and refilling them and then doing like a get ready with me. Maybe like all cued to music. I haven't decided, but it's a project that I want to do. I have a lot of projects, right? So I placed the order on Valentine's Day. I never got a shipping notification for over a week. Contacted them. They sent me an email that was basically like, we ship within 3 to 5 days, except when it's busy. They didn't even address me by my appropriate name. They said, Dear LAMOUR, after I had signed my name Mercedes on the email. So I don't know why that like kind of annoyed me. I was just annoyed that they were emailing me when I was already out of the bounds of when I should have been contacted about the order. You know, I emailed them a couple days later and I'm like, look, I'm outside the bounds of when this should have shipped. Like, can you just give me an update? And then they kicked 2 lip liners out of my cart because apparently in that whole time they had gone out of stock. I was like, look, can you just hold the whole order until they come back in stock because I want to apply this discount I have. Anyway, these are like the inner machinations of this that are not that interesting, but I just didn't have a good shopping experience. So I'm waiting for 1 lip liner to come back in stock before I order those 2 and can actually film this video. So I'm going to kind of leave you in suspense for what I picked up here, and you can stay tuned for this Weiss video that I haven't decided yet. I'll probably do it on YouTube, but it could end up being on Patreon. I initially proposed it as a patron exclusive video idea and it came close to winning, but didn't win. They did give me a deluxe sample of Sun Touched, that I can tell you. I kind of want to open this right now, actually. It's like a cream blush product. Okay, the next thing is part of another project that I'm doing, which is I've developed this interest in wanting to review beauty award lists or boutique bestseller lists. Now I've come to realize that maybe I'm the only person that's really interested in this. Well, I'm interested in it in multiple ways. It's a really good way for me to hone in on new products and focus on something, collect these things and test them. So the list that I'm starting with is the A Night for Green Beauty 2019 Awards because it's relatively small. I think it's 8 products, maybe 10, but a manageable number. I had already tried several of them and have very comprehensive thoughts, and the other things looked interesting enough. So one of the products on that list is the 12 Beauty Hyaluronic Lip Treatment. So I decided I needed to try this, and alongside it, I decided to try the 12 Beauty Clementine Cleansing Balm because I'm in need of first cleanses. I talked about this in the recent skincare video that I did. I'm very low on first cleanses. I placed an order from Isla Beauty, AYLA. They give you a welcome 10% off coupon, so that's what I used. Great shopping experience. It shipped like the same day or day after I placed the order. So I've been using both of these. This I will be testing for a while and include it as part of this A Night for Green Beauty Awards review. So far I'm liking it a lot. I've been testing so many lip products lately, so that could also be its own video, like luxury lip products or just like lip products and treatments in general. I feel like I have a lot to say, and this is beautiful. It's in a roller ball. I will say I can see why this made an award list because it's a gorgeous product. Now the cleansing balm, on the positive side, you get a ton of product, like a lot. It's 3.38 fluid ounces. This is like double the size of the Inlight cleansing balm, for example. So this is not as much of a love. I will use the whole thing up because I bought it. The texture is actually quite similar, although not as stiff as something like the Heart of Gold what's that product called? It was the Sea Change cleansing balm. I am a total outlier and I don't really like that product. I don't like the texture. I don't like the smell. I like cleansing balms that are much more oily, like the Inlight balm cleanser. So this is somewhat in between. I like it more than the Heart of Gold Sea Change cleansing balm, but it has that similar, almost like glue-like texture. It's not oily, but it doesn't emulsify, so you do have to take it off with a cloth. As far as something that does have essential oils in it, very mildly scented. It has just a very light kind of creamsicle smell that's really pleasant. For me, it's really a texture thing of why I don't love it. I do like it. I will use it, but you know, not part of this broader project that I'm doing. So now I've told you that I'm doing this A Night for Green Beauty awards review. So I'm in the process of accumulating these products. I also talked about the brand I'm going to show you next in the podcast episode. I forget what number it is. I'll link it below for you, where I talked about what's intriguing me in eco beauty. And I mentioned an Earthwise Beauty product called On a Tree, On a Swing, something. It's like a mist, serum mist type product. That looked really interesting. So I went on kind of an Earthwise Beauty bender, and I knew that I wanted to order the Nap in the Meadow face serum for this project because this is also on the A Night for Green Beauty 2019 awards list. I have never tried anything from this brand. A lot of people talk about them, and this brand gets a lot of love. And there's no real reason why I had never tried anything. I just hadn't gotten around to it, to be completely honest. So initially I had placed an order for one of the teas because I got so excited when I saw that they do a nettle tea. I have been in love with nettle tea for like the last 6 months. Talked about this in a video that I did again on Patreon. I think it was the September patron exclusive video where I talked about the medical astrology consult that I had over the summer and how I was implementing the suggestions and recommendations from that in my life. One of the recommendations from that consult was how important nervine herbs are for me right now, and nettle is a nervine herb, and it's like Mars medicine and Saturn medicine too, I think, to some extent. I've been drinking a lot of nettle tea to date, mostly the Oregon's Wild Harvest loose nettles, but this, obviously I had to try it. The description of their teas are so beautiful. I want to try all of them. I initially had just placed an order for a sample size of this serum and then sample sizes of the masks. However, Ava, the founder of this brand, had seen that I had talked about her in this podcast, had started following me, and she saw my order come in, and she decided to give me some upgrades and some bonuses in my order. So when I opened this, I was completely surprised. She wrote me a really beautiful note. She's just totally a lovely person, and I'm so excited to be trying this brand. So she upgraded me to full sizes of the Nap in the Meadow face serum, the Catharsis and Sun God face masks, and then she also threw in her Rosa whole fruit rose hip oil. Gorgeous. And then sample size of the Yasuni face balm. So the only thing I've tried actually is I did a hand test of the Nap in the Meadow face serum because this was the award winner. So it looks like this. It's a chamomile rich aloe-y moisturizing type of serum. Wow, it's beautiful. This is very beloved product in the range. Right away, it reminded me quite a bit of the Couscous Sen face oil, I want to say, like very chamomile forward. I'm really looking forward to trying this. I was so intrigued with the face masks. They are powdered face masks, and in particular, I mean, I'm intrigued with both of them. Catharsis is more of a, you know, weekly detoxifying type of mask. And then Sun God is more of like a nourishing and replenishing type of mask, renewing face mask. I don't know, the ingredients look beautiful. I'm feeling really attracted to this type of product at the moment, so I'll definitely be trying both of these. I don't actually have any rosehip seed oil. I'm all out of my pie at the moment, so I will absolutely be putting this front and center on my skincare shelf. And then I actually did also do a little hand test of the Yasuni face balm. It has this really almost like rich, like I want to say like almost like a cocoa butter type of smell. I don't know. It's just, it seems very, very rich and beautiful. The texture is really silky and smooth. Huge thank you to Ava for these little extras, and I can't wait to try all of this stuff. I'm going to tell you about this, but this is also signaling a transition into some beauty PR. So you know, obviously, if you've been watching my stuff, that I live and die by Infiore. One of my favorite brands of all time, have been into them for many, many years. Went to a new level with the brand over the summer. I had maybe my third or fourth Infiore facial at International Orange in Marin. I did a video about this. I will link it for you. Yeah, I just kind of went to a new level with the brand. I ordered some stuff in August or September, and then I ordered some stuff over the holidays. So I've been using a lot of Infiore. I've been communicating with Julie Elliott. And I knew that she was launching this new product, and she offered to send me one as a press sample, and I don't know, it totally made my like beauty blogging life. I don't even know what to say. I like melted into an Amelie puddle basically. So Fleur Vibrant Serum Surratt. This is a really innovative new product for the brand. It is described as like a gel serum balm hybrid. It is absolutely beautiful. I've been experimenting with using it a lot of different ways. I've been using it as like a first and sole step as a morning skincare routine. I've been layering it with everything from the Infiore face oils to Infiore Salvatage to using this plus one of the botanical waters. I mean, I have enough Infiore now that crafting a routine around all the products I have, it's like my daily artistic beauty practice. Somewhat of a similar effect, I mean, very different, but has a similar like time release effect on the skin as the Free and True Mama Pacha cream that I talked about. The first time I used this, I put it on, and like 2 hours later, I thought it looked even better. Like it had kind of given my skin a renewed vibrance that was like time releasing. Really, really cool. This is very portable packaging. I think is great because a lot of Infiore's products are not that travel friendly yet. The idea behind this is you can kind of like keep it in your handbag or like keep one at your vanity, or you can kind of use it for during the day touch-ups or as part of a skincare routine. You can use it on the lips. You can use it as like a highlighting balm. And it took 52 iterations with a team of all female French cosmetic scientists. So it's just a really, really innovative product. I've been absolutely loving it, and I'm so thankful that I got to try it. So we can also quickly talk about the March Detox Market Detox Box featuring Innersense. I think a lot of people have experienced this brand at this point. Beautiful hair care brand. Beauty Heroes does a lot of work with them. And this box is like, wow, hang on, give me a minute. There's like a lot going on. So this is everything in the box. It's the, and this was, I was really, really excited about because I haven't tried this yet. The Innersense Refresh Dry Shampoo. It's, oh, I thought it was a powder, but it's a foam to powder. Oh, I'm so excited about this. I don't need to, I washed my hair last night, so I don't need dry shampoo right now. But it looks like this. Oh my goodness. So excited to try that. Definitely not turning to a powder on my hand, but maybe in the hair it does. The I Create Waves Texturizing Spray I've tried. Really nice. These products are hard for me to use because they can make my hair look quite stringy, but as far as these go, this and the Momi one are my favorites. Sweet Spirit Leave-In Conditioner is too heavy for my hair, but I imagine it is absolutely perfect for people that have thick, coarse, or curly hair. Like such a nice big size too. And then these have been staples in my shower for like the last 5 years. The Innersense Pure Harmony Hair Bath and the Pure Inspiration Daily Conditioner. Love that this is in a pump. Would love if this came in a pump too. I love pump hair products, like the True Botanicals shampoo and conditioner are both in pumps. But yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful hair care brand. They're one of the more effective ones, at least for me. This and True Botanicals. More recently, I've been trying the new Momi shampoo and conditioners. So it's an evolving space, and I just think that this is a really good place to start if you don't have any experience with eco hair care. All right, we're gonna end with something real beautiful. Again, this is a beauty PR thing. I do receive the Boxwalla boxes to test out and share with the LAMOUR community. So this is the April Boxwalla box featuring a brand I had never heard of, but was immediately smitten with just on looks alone, called Monastery. They're a handmade in San Francisco brand, and the brand was started by a woman named Athena Hewitt, I believe is her name. She's worked as an esthetician for 20 years, and she is Greek and had spent a lot of time in the Greek islands, and that I think influenced her formulation perspective. So for any of you that don't know, I did an Instagram post on this and I did a podcast episode on this. I am being drawn spiritually, I think, to the Ionian Sea. So when I saw the link to Greece with this brand, I was just immediately on board. I love that Boxwalla has this really niche approach to curation, and I just love discovering new things. So the products in the box are the Aloe Hyaluronic Moisture Boost and the Rose Glycolic Gel. So I just picked these up yesterday from my PO box. I haven't had a chance to use them. I'm gonna start experimenting. The Hyaluronic Moisture Boost seems really pretty straightforward. I personally tend to do quite well with hyaluronic products. I've been hearing rumblings recently that there's been some pushback to hyaluronic acid in products, but I've always done really well with it. My skin seems to really quite enjoy it. The ingredient that has always been a bit of a problem for me personally in the past, though, is glycolic acid. However, I'm more optimistic about this because it is derived from sugarcane and papaya. So I think it's more gentle than perhaps other glycolic acids that I've tried in the past. Every time I've used a glycolic acid product, my skin actually looks worse, but I've never used one consistently over time. Now, please keep in mind, I'm very averse and wary to any kind of exfoliation. I never really use physical exfoliants anymore, and I'm always on a quest to find my perfect, ideal chemical, acid, or enzymatic kind of exfoliator, or gommage. Gommages are really like my preferred thing because I love that rolling motion as opposed to like a scrubbing abrasive motion. So I'm optimistic about this. You can use the Rose Glycolic Gel. I have to actually show you the products because in the bottle they are stunning. The Rose Glycolic Gel you can use as an overnight serum, but for someone like me who has had issues with glycolic in the past and or can have a tendency towards reactivity or sensitive skin, you can start with this as like a 2-minute mask, which is definitely what I'm going to be doing. I feel like even more recently, I could be all the years of testing so many products, I do have sensitive reactions to products, so I just have to be careful. So I'm going to be trying this week as like a 2-minute flash mask, and then I'm going to build from there. And then the Aloe Hyaluronic Boost I'm just going to figure into my routine as like a hydrating step, probably in lieu of the creamy emulsion serums I've been using, like Aloha Youth Serum from Honua and Infiore Complex de Fleur. I'll probably toggle this in and toggle those out for a little while to test. So how beautiful. Oh my gosh. Really curious about the rest of the brand. I actually have the cleansing oil and the body oil on my shopping list, so I may pick those up too, just because, I don't know, when I've discovered a new brand and I feel a pull, like I want to try more and I want to use the product as a cohesive thing. And I think that's how you can ascertain whether or not a brand is like formulating in a way that's a fit for where you're at right now. Okay, there's more that I could talk about because I actually have some orders on the way to me, and not just in beauty products. I placed a Cezanne order. I placed an order for some multi-reflexology facial tools because I'm going to teach myself DN Zone and or wait until there's a training that pops up that I can do. I'm so into that after my Consawand project. I also have been reaching another level of exploration and always exercising discernment around supplements and lifestyle types of things. So I'm actually going to be talking about that this month on Patreon. It's kind of like a wellness update, especially in light of the COVID-19 stuff. I think I'm going to take this video as an opportunity to share some of my perspective on that. So I've been following some new accounts, learning some new information, picking up some new stuff, really newly obsessed with the work of Zach Bush, who is a triple board certified MD who's very turned into a very, very big proponent of regenerative farming and sustainable agriculture. And I think I'm going to talk about him in a podcast episode at the end of March. I'm going to do a favorites podcast episode and I'm going to talk about him. So if you don't want to miss any of this, it's on Patreon. You can subscribe to the podcast, subscribe here on YouTube, and you'll hear about all of it eventually. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will have everything I talked about listed and linked below for reference. I'm trying to think about the next thing you'll see from me. It will probably be a disappointing products video because I've been wanting to do that for a while. Shortly thereafter, you will see the update to my 24 days of Consawand project, as well as a video on therapeutic bathing, because the two are actually very linked and there's a really strong interplay between how the Consawand has been evolving and my bathing practices. Sounds kind of weird, but you know what I mean. So that's all coming up. Podcast episode for tomorrow is my journey towards a traditional foods lifestyle, which is still surprisingly to me quite niche within the green beauty world. I think a lot of people are still plant-based and into this very, particular lens of wellness, but I've just had a different trajectory. There's been a lot of interest in hearing about it. So I hope you guys will check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Sunday, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
You tried everything, but you don't give up.